Morning. Hi guys. We got a nice coffee. So a bit of a mixed bag this morning. I'm not fully awake yet. Still trying to wake up. Right. So it's Louis from the Southwest UK. I'm a lifelong Elvis fan, and we have this lovely channel. Morning, Kathy. So we've got this lovely channel that I'm so proud of. We're a small family, a growing family. And this channel has evolved into defending Elvis Presley and searching for the truth. And together, if you're new to this channel, we are defending Elvis on every different aspect of his life. So it could be how people talk about him when he first met Priscilla. Could be how people talk about him when he joined the army, when he moved back to America, when Priscilla moved to America. It could be about how they talk about his health problems, his drug problems, his prescribed medication problems, and just generally about how he looked, his weight. Rosemary, alrighty. And then we're going to talk about financial stuff to do with Elvis. And we're going to talk about how the Memphis Mafia talk about Elvis, the way they perceive him. And if we're not happy with how they talk about Elvis, I'm going to jump in the middle and disagree with them. So there's a couple of things today, guys. I wanted to do just a few clips with the Memphis Mafia, just how they discuss his drug habit, or we don't really like using the word drug, so prescribed medication. Obviously, we know that he was seriously unwell and he needed his medication. He had serious insomnia, so we know he needed help to fall asleep. We also know that he was working too much, so he needed to be sedated so he can relax, and that he needed to be boosted when he would go off and do his show, sometimes 2-3 shows a day, as well as all of the very serious illnesses that we're going to look at today, I think. So to do with his twisted colon, his liver problems, his lung problems, his eye problems, his high blood pressure, I think, and many, many other things. And this alpha-1 gene, that many people talk about. So we're going to go through a few things today. So I did want to just quickly thank the new members. So guys, do you remember the excellent YouTube channel called Hidden Minds? Let me get him up. So Hidden Minds has become a member, which I'm very pleased about. And Deborah has become a member. We all know Deborah. So let me just have a look, get it up. So we're up to, I think we've got 29 members now, which I'm very pleased about. And as I always say to you guys, the membership isn't about money, because, and I don't know if you know this, YouTube don't give me all the money. YouTube take, I think, at least half of it. Yeah. So if you look here, I'll show you straight. So YouTube will give me, can you see it? $14, £14.75. So it's not like I'm doing this to get loads of money. I want to grow the membership. I don't need money. I've got my own income. I've set the membership cost as very low so that it isn't about the money. So I just want to grow the membership, because I think when we've got a lot of members, we're going to be able to do things with the members as well, because I am allowed to sort of give perks for members. So that is my intention. So guys, if you want to join, please join. Yeah. Obviously, anyone new watching these videos, please subscribe. It really helps the channel. If you press like, it helps the channel. We're a growing channel. I think we're just a small channel amongst the big channels. We would like to be as big as, you know, Presley Mania and Elvis Rare Photos, and there's quite a few other ones. We want to grow. Yeah, that's right. No, because I don't forget, Nadia, I don't get £14. I get, I think it's like just under half of that. And come on, it's a round of drinks, but it's beside the point. It's not about the money. I want to grow the membership. So I just want to put some more hot water in my drink. We need coffee in the morning. So I think I've told you guys, I'm semi-retired. I'm a landlord. I retired 10 years ago. I don't need money. I've got enough. I'm not rich, but I've got enough. This is about the channel growing. So just so you know, I've had a few messages from subscribers. Oh no, I just wanted to I've nearly forgot. So Hidden Minds has become a member, and so has Deborah Diggs. So thank you so much, Hidden Minds. His name's Renee and Deborah Diggs for becoming members. It means a lot to me. It really does mean a lot to me. And I just want to remind you guys about how good Hidden Minds channel is. So I'm just going to very quickly go to Hidden Minds, and he does watch our videos. He tends to watch the Upright live streams, and I want to discuss them with you as well, guys. So let's go to Hidden Minds. Here we are. I'll just show you. He's quite a new channel. He's got 712 subscribers, but I'm predicting that his channel is going to have massive growth because it's just too good. I think he's in the Netherlands, and his name's Renee, and he does join our conversations sometimes. So let me just show you it, guys. Please subscribe to this man. His videos are so good. Hidden Minds, and he should be well over 1,000, because I don't know if you understand how it works with monetization, but you have to have over 1,000 subscribers and over 4,000 watch hours. Now, to get 4,000 watch hours is very difficult, very difficult. So I'm just going to do a clip of one of his videos. Let's see if we can find the one that talks about Elvis's health. Right, so there we are. Right. Prescribe. Right. Now, Hidden Minds, if you watch this, I don't really like to play other people's videos because I don't think that's fair. Now, I'm not trying to copy Hidden Minds. I'm just trying to promote Hidden Minds so you guys get a feel for his channel. I really thank him for joining. Let me just quickly read your comments. So we've got Kathy and Sue, and Rosemary and Nadia. Nadia, I love the pictures you sent us. Shall I quickly show you Nadia's pictures? Nadia, I'm going to show your pictures that you sent us. All right, here we go. Oh, you sent me. This is one more recent. Right, so let's have a look. So I've got this beautiful picture from Nadia, obviously in Switzerland. But there's some more. Where are we? Nadia, you live in such a beautiful country. Let's go closer. And look at that waterfall. Wow, oh my God. And my sister's son is with a girl that lives in Switzerland. Right, let's have a look. Brilliant pictures, Nadia. I know this is nothing to do with Elvis, but come on, these pictures are just too good. So, Nadia, you know that I'm allowed to update the name tomorrow, I think. Let me just... Oh, there's Nadia's beautiful cat. Nadia, what is the name of your cat? And then I was at a show yesterday with... Because my 7-year-old Yasmin was at a show. I wasn't able to film it, so I just quickly did it. She did beautifully well. She does ballet, she does street dance, she does trampolining, swimming, and gymnastics. So my wife, it was my wife's called Aurora Necco, and she was a champion trampolinist for Great Britain for about 5 years, and I think she came second in the world. Yeah, so she was a little bit famous. We're talking 20 years ago, but she still does it now. So she is a coach. She trains champions. My wife is naturally athletically gifted, so she's a natural sportswoman. So because of that, she wants the same for our children, so she puts them in all these different classes. So she wants them to do gymnastics and trampolining and dancing and ballet, and it's just the way she is. She's always been that. Now, unfortunately, we know there's a situation with my wife, and she is going to have surgery in about 10 days. She's going for a serious operation. So touch wood. It has come out of the blue. I've started to accept it now. It took me a while, but I'm very optimistic. And she's starting to come out of the tunnel now, and she's starting to feel better about the whole situation, and realizes that we're just going to face it together, as a couple, and just get through it. So I am very optimistic. I am very hopeful, and I'm praying for a good result with my wife. She's very healthy, very fit, so positive. So let's just have a look what we were saying. So what were we doing? Morning, everyone. I have 20 minutes for poor Patricia has to go to work. Hi, Patricia. Doesn't matter. You can watch it later on the replay. So Nadia Biscuit, she's a Devon Rex. What's a Devon Rex? So obviously Kathy's with us. Thanks, Nadia. Right. Okay. Right. I keep losing my focus. So we were going to show Hidden Minds, a quick clip of Hidden Minds. Yeah, thank you, guys. I know it is very serious, but it's also very fixable. Yeah. So I'm a real believer that if you have positive thinking, you can have positive outcomes. If you really believe that you can beat something and fight something, and eating the correct foods, exercising, I believe you can beat anything. So, right, let's have a look. Well, she'll have the operation, then she'll recover for 3 weeks, and then we'll go on holiday, a bit more recovery, and then after the operation we get results. So who knows, guys? But as far as I'm concerned, my mindset is everything's going to be great. Everything's going to work out. But I have to think that way, and that has always worked for me in my life. Whenever I've had some very serious problems, it's always worked out in the end. You go through the bad patch, and then it comes out good. And I've had quite a few hiccups in my life, And with my twin brother and with my wife, things have always worked out. And I think in the long run, in the bigger picture, things do tend to work out, guys. If you're very positive. Right. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Send me the good energy. Send me. That's good. We need that. So Nadia, posh cat breed. I sent you a pic. They have little hair but curly. Let's have a look. Let's see. You sent me. Have you sent me one now? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that is so cute. That is so cute, Nadia. So I had two cats. Unfortunately, they grew very old and passed away, and I had them my whole life. Well, not my whole life, but I had them for 15 years, I think it was. They both become elderly together. I love them both. One was called Tula and one was called Joey. So anyway, as I was saying, what are we doing? I do love cats. I'm definitely a cat lover. My coffee's gone cold. I've got to heat it up again. I can't drink cold coffees. So I am going to show you what I'm going to show you guys. Right, let me just put that into warm. I have got a few interesting things to show you. So, 1 second. Just checking it. Okay. We have coffee. Right, now that's nice and hot. Okay, and just a quick, the reason I mentioned my wife is so that I don't think it does me any good to just bottle it up and keep it in. I think it's something I have to just get out there, and for some reason it makes me feel better. And my wife doesn't mind. I've told her. So right, let's have a look. I sent you. Yeah, that your cat is so gorgeous. Did you say what his name is? Let's have a look. Thanks, Patricia. Morning, Jean. How are you? What is the name of your cat, Nadia? So we're gonna just. The reason I'm playing the Hidden Minds is because I just love his channel, and Renee has become a member. So I'm just gonna. I don't know what bit of the video this is, but I'm going to play it for you, Renee. I hope you don't mind. It will only be a short clip. I'm not trying to steal your videos. I'm just promoting your channel because I love it.
Issues can be traced back to his family history. His mother, Gladys, suffered from various illnesses, and it's believed that Elvis inherited some of these genetic weaknesses. Let's take a closer look at the specific health problems Elvis faced. Elvis struggled with a myriad of health issues, including heart disease, liver damage, glaucoma, and gastrointestinal problems. One of the most significant was his struggle with obesity, which exacerbated his other health conditions. Elvis's weight gain in the later years of his life was a visible sign of his declining health. However, it was more than just diet and lifestyle. Genetic factors played a crucial role. Elvis was diagnosed with alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency, a genetic disorder that can lead to serious lung and liver problems. Experts explain that alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency is an inherited condition that can significantly impact an individual's health. In Elvis's case, it contributed to his liver problems, making it harder for him to metabolize certain substances, which could have exacerbated his issues with prescription medications. Elvis's dependency on prescription medications is well documented. Painkillers, sedatives, and amphetamines were a part of his daily regimen, prescribed to manage his various ailments. To cope with the extreme demands of his live performances, Elvis relied on uppers to boost his energy and downers to help him sleep. Elvis performed an astounding number of live shows, especially during his Las Vegas residencies. The grueling schedule took a toll on his body.
Now that was just 30 seconds, if that, of one of Hidden Minds videos. I hope he didn't mind me playing it, but it says it all, guys, doesn't it? It says it all. It fully explains that Elvis needed his medication, that Elvis needed the uppers and the downers to get through the day, just to get so he could perform, because he was doing 2 or 3 shows a day sometimes. He was massively overworked. But it also shows all the different illnesses he had. He explains the alpha-1 gene that he inherited from his mum and his grandmother. And it's heartbreaking for us to listen to it. But the truth is, Elvis really, really was very unwell. And I haven't pinpointed the exact age when things started to get much worse for Elvis. My guess is that in his late 30s, these illnesses started to take over. So his body started to let him down. And Elvis, desperate to be slim and fit and strong and healthy, was trying everything. Taking many different pills. The doctors were really trying to help Elvis. Eventually, Elvis had his own personal nurse, didn't he? There's 2 of them that we know. I think one's Tish Henley. I think is the other one called Marianne. I'm trying to remember. But, to have your own personal nurse shows just how unwell he was. Hi, Jane. I've got a few of my members on today. Hi, members. Woohoo! So what I'm trying to say, guys, is that you imagine being in Elvis's shoes, yeah? So you're just coasting along. Yes, he used to take some uppers and downers for sleeping to boost his energy, which in the 50s and 60s and 70s is pretty normal to take sleeping tablets, pretty normal to take tablets that boost your energy. It's not a big deal. People do it now, don't they? You get as many people on sleeping tablets. You're not called a drug addict just because of that. Elvis wasn't a drug addict because he took sleeping tablets and uppers. Yeah, it's just this is what upsets me about the tabloids and the magazines and the news clips and the interviews and the documentaries. It really bothers me that they just call him a druggie and they use that word drugs to paint him as this person that was basically a drug addict for his whole life. It's just so far from the truth. So far from the truth. This is why we're here to defend Elvis, guys, and to search for the truth. Elvis was no drug addict. He was seriously unwell. He was taking uppers and downers and sedatives as well to relax between shows. He was taking a lot of medication for his many different ailments, for serious pain, for extreme constipation. Could you imagine not being able to go to the toilet, guys? Could you imagine that you want to go to the toilet and you're sat on the toilet and you spend hours straining? Could you imagine the pain that created for him and how unwell that made him feel? The pain in his stomach. And, they say that it was his straining that caused the heart attack. So, but he's not just doing that. He's taking tablets for all different things. He even had breathing problems, high blood pressure, and just that, there's liver problems, that there's lung problems. It's such a long list of ailments that he didn't know what to do. He was desperate. He was trying alternative remedies to try and fix himself. So I agree that towards the end, when he was 41, 42, he may have been in so much pain and so much discomfort that he took more extreme measures. Yeah, because I know one of the things Elvis would do, he would put himself to sleep for days, and then wake up. I think that was also part of a way where he would try and lose weight. Because don't forget, Elvis also had the pressure of being slim, so he would take a lot of diet pills. It's even known that he may have even took some of his own mother's diet pills. And they say it's possible that Gladys Presley, part of the reason she was so unwell was diet pills as well. But don't forget, she had the alpha-1 gene, as far as I know. So she was very unwell. Gladys was very unwell. And I think even Elvis had inherited many illnesses from Gladys, because Gladys shouldn't have died at 46. And Gladys shouldn't have had these very serious medical conditions and at such a young age. And it was very unexpected when she died suddenly. Elvis knew that his mother was very unwell, but not that she was going to die. So it came out of the blue. We all know how much that devastated him. So anyway, the point of what I'm saying to you guys is Elvis was no druggie. Yes, it inflamed his whole body. Yes, his stomach was massively bloated. Yes, it gave him a very puffy appearance. And if you put a tight jumpsuit on him and in a hot light and the camera's up close to him, which was the last, on the last few shows that he did in Vegas that were filmed, he looked overweight. He looked very unwell. He looked very ill. But I keep saying this. You look at him in March 1977 on his holiday, he actually looks very slim. And we've all together seen these pictures. He wasn't as fat as the public make out, as the press make out, as the magazines and the documentaries and the biographies. And it just infuriates me, guys, that because when I do my research, a lot of my research is done on YouTube. So I will click on different documentaries, biographies, interviews. There's lots of mini documentaries, and they just say the same stuff. Oh, he met Priscilla at 14, which makes him out to be a paedophile. Then they say that he was on uppers and downers through his rock and roll years. And then they quickly expand that into the fact that he over-medicated. So basically that he was a drug addict and that he was fat and that he died on the toilet. And then they go into how he abused Priscilla, maybe even raping her, and that she was just a child. And then they go into the fact that he was very, very unfaithful. And then as it ends, they just say that, when he was 41, 42 at the end, that he was a complete mess. And I hate it. I hate hearing the same story all the time. But we're not told the true facts. They don't break it down properly and go, oh, actually, Priscilla was the unfaithful one. Oh, Elvis didn't have sex with a 14-year-old. Elvis was not a paedophile. Oh, Priscilla was unfaithful more than once. And then she went on 2 different divorce settlements to nearly bankrupt him. They don't talk about the damage that was done to Elvis. They don't talk about the good that Elvis did, how great he was with charities, how giving and generous he was. Elvis didn't want money for himself. He wanted to share his money. Yeah. So it just bothers me that they paint him up to be this guy that just wants to have sex with lots of women, that only cared about himself, that was into drugs. Isn't that what they say? That was fat. It really annoys me. And that's why we're here, guys. We're here to go, let's paint the real picture of Elvis. Let's show the true Elvis, who was a very decent, lovely, honorable man with really good morals, and that wanted to help the world, help his country, help his family, help complete strangers, help many, many charities. He even paid for medical expenses of many, many people that he didn't even know. And if you listen to many interviews from ex-girlfriends, they all say how much of a lovely person he was, and that sex wasn't the main thing. So that's why we're all here. We're all here. We're all here to go, no. And we're saying it to the world. We know the real Elvis. We know the true Elvis. The Christian man, the God-fearing man who loved the Bible, loved his family, loved his mother and father, who helped everyone, who didn't like being rich. He wanted to just give all his money away. We know that Elvis wasn't just obsessed with having sex with people. A lot of the relationships he had, there was no sex. It was just good friendships. Elvis loved to be with people. He hated being alone. We know how much he helped the Memphis Mafia's wives. We know how much he helped his very close family and all his relatives and all his close friends, including his staff, his cooks. Really, anyone that touched Elvis's life, Elvis wanted to help them, including his nurses. And I just think Elvis was a lovely person. And to judge him on the amount of tablets he took that he needed because he was unwell, and to judge him on the fact that he to me, was constantly searching for love. So he would get bored in his relationships and he would move to the next girlfriend, then the next girlfriend. It's so unfair. Elvis should be judged on the good that he did. Let's face it, he completely changed the world, didn't he? He changed the world. Yeah. So anyway, let's read some of your comments, and then I hope you enjoyed that short clip from Hidden Minds, because I think I watched all of his video clips on YouTube, and the amount of research that Renee must have done to make that short video must have took, I would say it could have took weeks. There's a lot of information in Hidden Minds videos. Right. I'm going to quickly read these, then I'm going to tell you about the subjects. Let's have a look. Thanks for all your good wishes, guys. Yeah, I would say a lot of medications can cause puffiness, inflammation, and food, because don't forget, they didn't know. You guys know I'm on a special diet. I'm on carnivore keto diet, and I've learned, I'm not going to spend ages talking about my diet, but I've learned sugar, bread, pasta, potato, rice cause mass inflammation throughout your body, causing many problems with your stomach, with your joints, with your aches, your pains. And as soon as I removed sugar, bread, pasta, rice, potato, and that's all breads, and wheat, any wheats, so cereals, anything made from wheat, and vegetable oils and margarine, when I removed all these things from my diet and I started eating more whole foods like fish, steak, pork chops, lamb chops, prawns, eggs, cheese, Greek yogurt, some low carb veg, some low fruit, some like low sugar fruits like strawberries and blackberries, and a few nuts and a bit of honey, real honey. I found that when I started eating that way, all of my medical problems disappeared. My blood pressure went back to normal. My blood sugars went normal. I lost loads of weight. My ulcerative colitis, which is like IBS, IBD, or Crohn's, disappeared, went. And my energy levels returned. And I am full of energy every day because of how I changed my diet. So my point is, Elvis wouldn't have known this. So Elvis he had a mixed diet. And I think some of the foods that Elvis ate caused him inflammation and probably caused some of his problems. Because they say Elvis also had arthritis. So, and bone cancer as well. So eating the right foods boosts your immune system. That's how simply I can put it. If you eat correctly, your body works better. And there's a few of you on here that have started doing the carnivore keto diet, and many of you are getting better and losing weight and have more energy. James is one. I think there's 4 or 5 of you as well. You guys, there's a link to my diet channel. My diet channel does not make money. It's just followed my journey on how I lost my weight and regained my health and came off medication. I literally came off. Nadia is doing the diet, so Nadia knows all about it, and she could tell you the benefits. Just look it up, guys. Dr. Ken Berry and Dr. Anthony Chaffee. Dr. Ken Berry and Dr. Anthony Chaffee. Go on YouTube, look them up. These are proper doctors, and they will show you the benefits, and it's very much good for the older people in their 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. It helps that age group the most, I would say. Yes, Nicolette, I highly recommend fasting. Now, people get confused with fasting. Most of the fasting is done when you're asleep. So what I do, I eat my last meal at 6:30, yeah? Well, then by about 8, 9 o'clock, I go up to bed and watch a film. So then I won't eat again, and I always skip breakfast. I won't eat again until 1:30 p.m. And there's your fast. It's not hard to fast. And then I eat again at 6:30 p.m. I only eat twice a day. I highly recommend a fast of 16 to 18 hours. And I tell you what, guys, it does a lot of good for you. It fixes a lot of problems. Your body starts to repair itself. Yeah, your immune system gets boosted. And I am a success story. And I'm not trying to push this diet. I'm trying to say it worked for me. Now, ulcerative colitis, you look it up, guys. It's a horrible, embarrassing condition I have for 12 years. And when I went on this carnivore keto diet, I was fixed within 3 weeks. Within 3 weeks, and I lost over a stone in 3 weeks. I may as well show you the channel. I'm not here to promote my diet channel. It's my diet channel. There's a link on it in the description. My diet channel is called Carnivore Flexing Diet Louis World. Carnivore Flexing Diet Louis World. A few of you have hopped over, and it just shows my weight loss and my advice on how we should eat. A few of you have come over and you're already messaging me. I lost. Hi, Vivek. Hi, how are you? Philomena has jumped over onto this diet as well. And in fact, I'll just tell you. I'll go to the messages, but I think yes, I've lost more than that though. I think I've lost about 10k. I had a big belly. My face was all fat, and there are pictures of me. But let me just show you. Let's see if I can find it. I hope you don't mind me talking about this, guys, because I've got a lot to say about Elvis. So I'll just see if I can find how. It's a bit embarrassing, but I should have a picture of how fat I was. Yep. Let's have a look. Oh, let's have a look. I wasn't just fat, guys. I had no energy. I had serious aches and pains. I felt tired all the time. My doctor had diagnosed me with pre-diabetes. Do you guys know what pre-diabetes is? I was just about to become type 2 diabetic, and it's because my blood sugars were much too high. Let's have a look. I'm just trying to find a picture of me with my big fat belly. I hope you don't mind. Right, let's have a look. Let's skip right back. I should have these pictures on file, but guys, I was very unwell. Very unwell. I was housebound. I was actually housebound. I couldn't leave the house. Nadia, you tell them how you're getting on with it. Oh, I can't. Let's have a look. Oh, look. Oh, what a horrible picture. Oh, my God, guys, please don't laugh. But ta-da. There we are. And that was only a year ago. And this is how I looked a year later. I don't know if you can see from that. A year later, obviously, I've dyed my hair there because I do dye my hair every few months. Let's see if I can find another horrific picture of me. Am I boring you guys? Trying to find. No, I can't find any more. But you get the idea, don't you guys? You get the idea that I wasn't well. I couldn't leave the house before 11:30 a.m. Because of my stomach problems. It was extremely embarrassing. And I am completely normal, completely cured. I am fully cured. My bowel problems have gone. I've had my bloods done. My bloods are completely normal. I've had a MRI on my brain because I was getting serious dizzy spells where I felt like I was going to fall over. I've had my heart checked 3 times. My heart is completely normal. And I've had my bloods done 3 times. I'm just seeing if I can. There's one picture I'd like to show you. And remember, I was 55. Yeah. Oh, here we are. Ta-da! Can you see that, guys? That's me a year ago. I'm going to sneeze now. Woohoo! Right. The grass outside gets me. So let's read your messages. Guys, I wouldn't talk about that diet unless I knew it worked. I would not put any of you in danger. Anything you read about cholesterol is not correct. Cholesterol that you eat, there is nothing wrong with it. And right, let's have a look. But if you go on YouTube, you can learn everything you need to learn. Right, let's have a look at your messages. Okay. And guys, if you don't agree with me on the diet, it's fine. Because it is quite shocking, isn't it? It's quite shocking when someone tells you, oh, you should stop eating all those foods and start eating meat and eggs and fish and salads. And yeah, it's shocking that you have to stop so many foods to get well. But I tell you, the main big massive thing that happened to me when I changed my diet wasn't the weight loss and regaining my health. It was the energy. It was like, I wake up full of energy and no aches and pains. I run down the stairs. Before I started this diet, I couldn't walk down the stairs. I had to hold on to the side and go down one step at a time. Now I run down the stairs. So this diet works. Carnivore diet, keto diet. Right, let's have a look. Yes, I agree. Definitely side effects of certain medications cause puffiness. Rosemary, no, I don't think she did drink a lot. I think that has been another thing that I think has been twisted. She was very unwell. Yeah, she would have a drink, but this is my opinion, Rosemary, that she was very unwell. She had this alpha-1 gene, so her liver and her heart and her lungs weren't working properly. She didn't know why, because it was different times in those days. And I think it was 1958. Yeah, when she became seriously unwell. There's no way that this is the thing that bothers me about how the media talk about Gladys Presley, that when Elvis went to the army, that she gave up on life and she couldn't bear to live without him because he was doing his basic training, in Fort Hood, that she had given up and she started drinking heavily, and before you know it, she was dead. It's just rubbish, guys. It's just, do any of you believe that we know that Gladys Presley worshipped her son? Yeah, we know that he was a twin who died. He had a twin who died at birth, so she was very protective of him. We know they were very close, and they became even closer because Vernon had gone to prison for a short period because of the check fraud. And even the check fraud, if you look at the circumstances, why the check fraud happened, it was because Vernon had been badly treated by the person, I'm pretty sure, by the person who loaned him the money to build his house that he mortgaged. I think his uncle, his brother or uncle helped him build the house. I think I've got a bad memory, guys, but I think his name was Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean, I think. And I think Vernon had sold him an animal, maybe a pig or a piglet. And Vernon was upset. He wasn't given enough money. He felt he'd been ripped off. Now, you correct me, guys, because I do get my facts wrong. I'm not an expert on Elvis. And I think they altered the check because they felt they were unfairly paid. I think there was 2 of them. And that got him put in prison. So I think, what's his name, Mr. Bean? But the Mr. Bean character helped get him put in prison. But the funny thing is, I think he served 18 months, but the same guy, Mr. Bean, helped get him out of prison because I think he was given a 3-year sentence and he only served 18 months. And the reason he got out quicker was because Gladys had written a letter to the prison board saying, I need Vernon home because I have a small child. I need help. That Mr. Bean had helped get Vernon out. That's how it all turned out. Guys, put me right if I'm getting my facts wrong, because I'm not sure about the name. Just drink my coffee. Anyway, so we're talking about Gladys. Do any of you believe that Gladys, at 46 years old, 45, wanted to die and drank herself to death? Do any of you believe that, even for a second, knowing her husband's at home, that Elvis is coming out around 1960? Yeah. Do any of you think that because she didn't see her son, bearing in mind she was going to be able to go and live with him, because Minnie May lived with him, didn't she? And Aunt Delta, I think, as well. Do any of you think for a second that Gladys drank herself to death because she couldn't bear to be away from Elvis, when she knew she could be with him at any time and she could move to Germany and live with him? There's no way for a second I think she drank herself to death. So no, I don't think Gladys did have a drink problem. I think she was very unwell, seriously unwell. But the press and the biographies and the documentaries and the interviews all say that she drank herself to death. This is so unfair on Gladys and so unfair on Elvis. And do you know what? Shame on the press for making Gladys Presley out to be some drunk. And if you listen to interviews of people that knew Gladys before Elvis went to the army in 1958, she didn't drink. She was teetotal. She did not drink. So it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up that a teetotal non-drinker suddenly becomes a drunk because she's her son's gone to the army or gone for basic training, because he was at basic training at first. So you can agree or disagree with me, guys, but that is my opinion. It doesn't make sense. So Nicolette says that her doctor told her a 16-hour fast. Yeah, do it, guys. Only eat twice a day. Only eat twice a day. You don't need snacking. You don't need to eat breakfast. You don't eat anything in a box or in a tin. Everything fresh and whole. Yeah, and don't anything that says low fat or diet, don't eat it. It's poison, guys. It's poison. Yeah. Anything processed, ultra processed, do not eat it. Eat fresh everything. Elvis does not have to prove anything to anybody. Elvis knows what he wants through his life with everybody. Thanks, Teresa. Morning to you, Teresa. Teresa, you've sent me a message, and your message is part of the subject matter for today. Let me just see if you asked me about, let's have a look. I can't remember if I took a picture of your message, but you basically asked me about this hero that got rid of Colonel Tom Parker, got him out of this deal, because I'm not sure if many of you know this, but when Priscilla took over, when Elvis died, Colonel Tom Parker carried on being in charge of running all the businesses, Graceland, yeah? And anything to do with Elvis, yeah? Now, when Priscilla took over and became the main trustee on behalf of Lisa Marie of Gracelands, she allowed Colonel Tom Parker to still be in charge of business affairs, which was a massive mistake, by the way. And then someone stepped in, and his name is, let's have a look. And this was what Teresa asked me about, and we're going to talk about this in a minute. Let me get the link. Right, where's the link? There we go. I think Nadia will find this interesting. So let's find the link. Here we go. Right. So the guy's name was, and I'm going to read this to you guys in a minute, but the guy's name was Blanchard E. Toole. Blanchard is quite an odd name. Can you see that? BLANCHARD, middle initial, and Tual, TUAL. And this guy, I'll read it to you in a second, is the reason Colonel Tom Parker was ousted, gone. They had a settlement with him in the end, but then he was out of the picture because when Elvis died, Colonel Tom Parker was still getting 50% of everything. And even when Priscilla took over, she allowed Colonel Tom Parker to carry on getting his 50%, but these people stepped in. So there was way too much trust with Colonel Tom Parker. Vernon felt that Colonel Tom Parker was still needed, but Vernon, he wasn't an educated man in business. So he felt that Colonel Tom Parker was needed. And I think even Priscilla had a good relationship with Colonel Tom Parker. So she carried that on. Now this guy steps in and changes everything. I'm going to read it through with you guys in a second. And so Teresa, to the answer to your question, what about him being a hero, because people class him as a hero now that got rid of Colonel Tom Parker. I've looked this up and I'm going to read it through with you guys. So not quite yet though. Okay, so let's have a look. Let me just quickly go through your messages. I know I've been waffling on a bit, haven't I? Right. Okay, where are we? So Nadia, I still eat veggies, mainly greens and lettuce and avocado, fruit and some berries. That's fine. Nadia, that's fine. But you do need to be predominantly meat, eggs, fish. Fatty meat, eggs, fish. Yeah? So don't forget, you can do a lot of things with meat and eggs. You'll be surprised. And then you have a small amount of the greens and the avocados and the fruit. Remember, fruit is very fattening. Yeah? So don't overeat fruit. A small amount of fruit is fine. Let's have a look. Now look up the word oxalates. Oxalates. I'm going to type it on here. Nadia, have you looked up oxalates? Yeah. Oxalates are a harmful thing that is in veg and fruit. So you have to be a bit careful. Right. Okay. Let's see where we are. So Nadia has dropped. She has a bit of honey, dropped all the pasta, grains, potatoes, but I think I'll include some nuts. Nuts are okay, but not too many. Don't binge on nuts. Have a few. But we know the bread is the biggie. Bread turns to sugar inside you. Pasta turns to sugar inside you. Rice turns to sugar inside you. Yeah. Potatoes is starchy. It turns to sugar. The word starch is just another word for sugar. And fruit is very fattening and full of sugar. Even orange juice. Orange juice is full of sugar. It's not good for you. Which I know is hard to believe, guys. You look it up. I know it's got a tiny bit of vitamin C in it. Right. And the other thing people don't realize is that meat has every vitamin and nutrient you could ever need to live. Meat, just meat alone. Every vitamin, nutrient, mineral, fatty acids you could ever need is in meat and eggs. All right, let's have a look. Yeah, meat is expensive. Well, have eggs and bacon. Egg and bacon is very good for you. I know you don't think it is, guys, but it is. The fat in meat is very good for you. Fat in meat does not make you fat. It is a myth. It is a complete lie. Fat is energy for your body. People don't know this. Fat gives your body energy. Fat is the same as sugar, but it's not bad for you. Now, sugar will give you energy, but it will make you very poorly and inflamed, where the fat in meat will give you loads of energy and is not bad for you, not at all. Fat does not cause heart attack or strokes or block up your arteries. It's rubbish. But you have to do your research and learn about it. Right, Elvis is a beautiful, wonderful man, so sweet and kind. He sure is, Teresa. I changed my diet many years ago. I cut out pork and shellfish. I found out that it wasn't good for me. Later, I discovered that those food groups are unclean. It's not true. There's nothing wrong with pork. There's nothing wrong with shellfish. Right, let's keep going. But you go on to the carnivore diet channels, Dr. Ken Berry, and Dr. Anthony Chaffee, and you'll learn everything you need to know. There's a lot of doctors on YouTube telling you why this diet works. Right, so maybe Gladys was afraid of flying. No, she would have gone to Germany. The reason she didn't go to Germany is because she died. It's that simple. Don't forget, he was only doing basic training when she died. I think you're right, because they were too poor to buy booze. Why would Vernon allow his wife to drink herself to death? Rosemary, that's it. It's just rubbish. Someone has took this story and exaggerated it, and the whole world believes it. It's just bullshit. I feel so sorry for her and for Elvis. It was even in the blooming, the Baz Luhrmann film. It just should not have been in there. It's wrong. Not everything in the Baz Luhrmann film is correct, even though I do enjoy that film. Hi, Joe Man. Hi, CKC. We haven't heard you for a while. It could have been 8 months. All I know is that the sentence was shortened, and the guy that got him put in prison helped get him out of prison with the help of Gladys as well. So, yeah, all right. So you've seen the word oxalate. Right, okay. Now, guys, I had the message from Teresa. Teresa, are you still there? And she was asking about this guy that helped get rid of Colonel Tom Parker, and she was interested to know how that concerned Gracelands, because at this point, I think Priscilla has taken over on behalf of Lisa Marie. So I'm going to read it. It's interesting, but it is quite long. Are we ready, guys? After the death of Elvis Presley, his father Vernon, who was executor of the estate, entered into a deal. Let's see if I can read it better this way. Hang on a minute. 1 second. Someone at the door. 1 second. I'll be back, guys. I'll be back. Right, sorry about that. I had to move my car as well. I may as well stick my tea in the microwave. So the thing I'm going to read you now, guys, explains. I think you're going to find it very interesting. It explains a lot, and to do with Colonel Tom Parker and what decisions were being made. Let me just get it up again. After Vernon died, and after Elvis died as well. So there's 18 of you watching now, guys. Please subscribe. Please hit the notification bell so that when we do our lives, we all come together. And if you're new to this channel, please join in with us. Let us know who you are. We want to meet you. We're a small family. We're here to defend Elvis Presley and search for the truth. So please join in with us, guys. Right, let me just grab my tea. And we can all together do our research. We can all together do our research and help defend Elvis, because we feel on this channel that there's not enough people defending Elvis. So we're gonna do it loud and proud, guys. So after the death of Elvis Presley, his father Vernon, who was the executor of the estate, entered into a deal with Presley longtime manager Colonel Tom Parker to continue to manage the King's career. Vernon. So here we are. So Elvis has died. Vernon's the owner. You know, Vernon, the bottom line is the boss of everything. And Vernon decides he wants to keep Colonel Tom Parker. Yeah. So we know that's a massive mistake. I personally think that Vernon was out of his depth, didn't really know what to do. And so he did trust Colonel Tom Parker and kept him, you know, with the same deal that he had with Elvis. And we all know that the deal that he had with Elvis was very unfair. You know, 50% of many things, 25% of many other things. Right, let's have a look. So, Teresa, we're doing this for you because this is something you asked me. So let's have a look. Right, so Colonel Tom Parker to continue managing the King's career. Vernon, who had blindly trusted Parker for years, kept Parker in charge of the merchandising rights to Elvis's name and image. These agreements, in almost every instance, entitled to Parker to more than 50% of the money made from Elvis's merchandise, records, etc. And I tell you what, that was a big mistake. And the weird thing is, Priscilla carries it on. So Priscilla is known as saving Graceland, but she allowed Colonel Tom Parker to carry on. And that's because her internal compact, in my opinion, Priscilla Presley and Colonel Tom Parker were like that. Yeah, but that's just my opinion. I'm in Multi in LA. Hi, Multi. I've been watching a lot of your vids. I love Elvis. I was born in England and come to the US about the time he passed away. Multi, welcome to our family. I hope you don't mind. I hope you like our videos. Everything we do together. We've all got to know each other, and we welcome you to our channel. And you're in LA in Multi. So good morning to Multi. Thank you, Multi. Just so you know, I think it's around. I haven't got my. It's around. Is it 9:30 a.m. In the UK? I'm in southwest UK near Bristol. Okay, so let's have a look. So before Vernon died in 1979, Priscilla Presley had pressured him to make her the executor of the estate. Now, this is a very important point. Remember, guys, before Vernon died in 1979, Priscilla Presley had pressured him to make her the executor of the estate, citing the welfare of Lisa Marie as her main concern. So we get it here. That Vernon is very unwell. Priscilla Presley, and you know we all have strong issues about Priscilla Presley. We don't hate her, but we want to expose the lies. We want to expose her bad behavior. Yeah, we're not trying to create hate. We're trying to get to the truth. Yeah. So I'll read that bit again. Before Vernon died in 1979, Priscilla Presley had pressured him to make her the executor of the estate, citing the welfare of Lisa Marie as her main concern. Vernon did so. However, with Priscilla now in charge, now remember, Priscilla's in charge. She maintained the agreement with Tom Parker. Now, not many people know this. Priscilla Presley, give me your reaction to that, guys. Priscilla Presley maintained the agreement with Colonel Tom Parker. Now, how does that make you guys feel? Remember how wrong this deal was, how unfair this deal was, how much unhappiness this brought to Elvis, that Colonel Tom Parker made so many massive mistakes and was siphoning off all the money and gambling it all away. Now, remember, Priscilla Presley knew all of the negative stuff. She knew that Colonel Tom Parker was ripping Elvis off. Yeah? you know, the mismanagement with the movie deals, the fact that he was getting 50% of the Vegas deals, you know, his comeback in Vegas. And she knew that Elvis was very upset and angry with Colonel Tom Parker and wanted to break away from Colonel Tom Parker. And what does she do when she becomes in charge of Graceland? She carries on, she maintains the agreement with Colonel Tom Parker. Now, that ain't right, guys. That is not right. Yeah. How did she even request for Colonel Parker? Hi, Blue Bunny. Blue Bunny, you got to put the name Jill next to your name. Come on. How are you this morning, Jill? Colonel Tom Parker knew about business of money making. Nadia, my reply to that comment is, yeah, he definitely did. He met Elvis, I think it was around 1955, and he did catapult Elvis to a different level. He definitely did, with his records, with his movie contracts, with merchandising. 100%. Yeah, he took him to another level. He was a very successful manager, wasn't he? Even before Elvis. But he also made a lot of mistakes that were not in Elvis's interest. So there's some good with Colonel Tom Parker, in my opinion, but a lot of bad. That's just my opinion. Let's have a look. This makes sense for Lisa, but to maintain the agreement was not good. That's right, Nadia. This was a massive mistake by Priscilla, and she's very lucky that this person steps in and sorts everything out. It's forced on her. We're going to read this now. Vernon was so wrong to have kept Parker. He was. That's right, Teresa. Because Parker helped get Elvis when Elvis did not want to marry her. No, Presley Parker took all of Elvis' money. Yeah. Trust me, Teresa, I know that Colonel Tom Parker did a lot of harm to Elvis as well. I do believe that he helped him step up a level, but I think any manager that took on Elvis in 1955 was going to do very, very well. And Elvis himself was going to boost his own career because he was too talented. He was too good. He looked too amazing. He had that brilliant personality. Anyone could have managed Elvis, but don't forget, if you look at Colonel Tom Parker's interviews, and there's not that many on YouTube, he himself says that any manager would have helped Elvis become a worldwide phenomenon. Colonel Tom Parker, from his own mouth, says anyone. And I will say this about Colonel Tom Parker. I have never seen him say a bad word about Elvis. Never. I've watched all the interviews, and Colonel Tom Parker only says good things about Elvis, which pleases me. Right. So the only reason I can think of the folly that Silla and others were unaware of, the extent of which Parker had benefited from one of the most lucrative singing careers ever known to that time, I can only think that as Elvis' world was such an isolated place, no one thought anything was amiss and thought a second opinion. So, right, this is where I think the new guy steps in. So it says here that Vernon spent his whole life scared that he was going to become poor again, which makes sense. When you come from a poor background, guys, you're quite insecure with money, even if you've got a lot of it. I went through this. My upbringing was very poor. So when I become successful in my 20s and 30s, I always felt like I didn't deserve it, like I was going to go bankrupt. I always felt that way. I think it's part of being, when you grow up in a very poor family, I think you can't help it. So I completely relate to that. Silla petitioned the probate to court to rubber stamp the agreement, allowing Colonel Parker to carry on as usual. Now, this is a big point, guys. Priscilla Presley petitioned the probate court to rubber stamp the agreement, allowing Colonel Tom Parker to carry on the agreement. Guys, that says a lot to me. Please tell me what you think. That tells me that her and Colonel Tom Parker, now this is just my opinion, not fact, that Colonel Tom Parker and Priscilla behind the scenes had financial agreements secretly in place. Now, this is just an opinion. Otherwise, why would she want Colonel Tom Parker to carry on being in charge of it? Why would she want the agreement with Colonel Tom Parker to carry on? She knew Elvis was unhappy with it. So let's have a look. So we have, instead of grieving the passing of Elvis Presley, Priscilla and Colonel Tom Parker just saw, yes, Sue, that's correct. Greedy and grabbing and horrible. Yes, Sue, you hit the nail on the head. That's what I'm reading from this, yeah? Because I can't think of any reason why Priscilla would have wanted to carry on using Colonel Tom Parker when she knew that he ripped Elvis off, other than her lining her own pockets and Colonel Tom Parker lining his pockets. So, really important. Yeah, yes, Jane. I drink to that. So, Nadia says, yes, maybe Priscilla felt she owed the Colonel because Parker pushed Elvis to get married. Well, yeah, no, Nadia, I've heard this, that Parker pushed for the wedding as well. But no, it would have been money. Money. Money makes the world go around. Come on, it's money. If you're looking for money, came to the right place. Right. So let's get to the... so we go. Let's have a look. So, but a judge. Now, this is the key bit. Thanks, Teresa, for bringing this up. But a judge was astonished to find that Parker routinely took more than half of Presley's earnings during the singer's lifetime, and also that the estate would allow this to continue. I can only think that the judge thought that the best interests of a minor, Lisa Marie, were not being prioritized owing to the ignorance of her mother and guardians, and that the independent investigator needed to step in. Now, this is it. An independent investigator needed to step in and investigate Colonel Tom Parker. And the reason Mr. Toole wanted this investigation, because he didn't think that the decisions being made were in the best interest of Lisa Marie. Are we clear on this? So the judge has picked up that Priscilla really is not the owner. She is just the trustee on behalf of Lisa Marie. The judge didn't feel that Lisa Marie Presley's interests were being kept at heart. So he then goes, right, let's get this investigated. So he made them do it. He forced them to investigate. Now you imagine how Priscilla and Colonel Tom Parker felt. They had this cozy little plan, in my opinion, that things were going to carry on and Priscilla's pockets were going to get filled with money, in my opinion. And this judge steps in and he can smell something's wrong. And he says, no, I'm having this investigated because it's not in the best interest of Lisa Marie. And that is why he is a hero. That is why this man is known as a hero. So that's the answer to Teresa's question. Yeah, Teresa, they were in it together. Nadia, yeah. And this gets more interesting. I'm going to keep reading. And you know I hate reading, but I'm going to. At least someone was looking out for Lisa. Multi, yeah. But this was not expected. This came out of the blue. Yeah. And I love this. That someone else, probably an Elvis fan. Yes, he was a judge with a lot of power, forced this to happen. Right. Enter our hero. Mr. Toole, who at the time was a 38-year-old Memphis attorney. He basically appointed to be Lisa's guardian. When someone can look after themselves after 4 months, Toole filed a 300-page report that stated that the estate should not continue with an agreement signed between the two parties when one of the parties was dead. So to me, stated that all agreements with Elvis Presley terminated on his death. Now, this is so crucial. This is so crucial. I'm very clever. So Mr. Toole, yeah, has found his way out of this agreement. Mr. Toole goes, no, everything's void because Elvis is dead. So that means the agreement, even if it was a verbal one or a contractual one, that happened between Colonel Tom Parker way back in 1955, that as far as I remember, the parents had to sign it because he was only 19 years old, because he was in the eyes of the law in 1955. It could have been 56, guys. I do mess my years up. But in the eyes of the law, because Elvis was dead, back then, the parents signed the contract because Elvis was, in the eyes of the law, a minor because he was only 19. So this is the clever bit. That contract is void because Elvis is dead. God rest his soul. So this is the beginning of getting rid of Colonel Tom Parker, going against Priscilla's wishes, and Vernon's, going against Priscilla's wishes to keep Colonel Tom Parker on board with the original agreement, which is so wrong. Right. Yes, it is scandalous. And this is where we're finding new information out to defend Elvis and search for the truth. Because how many people in the world, even though the information's all there, it's easily to find, how many people in the world know that Priscilla wanted to keep Colonel Tom Parker with the original agreement? Who knows that? I didn't know it. Did you? Any of you know it? We've just read it. It's all in black and white. These are court documents. Yeah. So it's all there in black and white. Okay. Hi, Eileen. Good morning to you. No, I agree that people do know, but you're not getting this multi. I know people know, but the general public, the non-Elvis fans, people that aren't that interested in the ins and out of Elvis's life and career, they don't know. They do not know. Just like how many people, how many people know that Priscilla was seriously unfaithful to Elvis just after the baby Lisa Marie was born? How many people know that Priscilla was unfaithful 6 to 8 weeks after Lisa Marie was born, 1 year after the marriage? Seriously, how many? How many people know that it was Priscilla that demanded the divorce because she had this 1 year long secret affair with Mike Stone? Seriously, you go up to most people, they don't know. They all think that Elvis was the unfaithful one. Elvis was the one that broke up the marriage. It's so unfair. How many people know that Elvis was not a drug addict, that Elvis had serious medical problems? Look up the book, Destined to Die Young. It's all there in black and white. Elvis's very serious medical conditions. He needed over 40 tablets a day to function, just to live. But they all think he was a drug addict, a strung out drug addict. Now, if you go to Joe Blogs, normal people in the street, and say, why did Elvis die? They'll say he was a drug addict. If you go to a normal person and say, why did Elvis marriage break up? They will say, because Elvis was very, very unfaithful. But what people don't realize is that it was after Elvis had caught Priscilla being so unfaithful that the marriage ended. And that's why Elvis went on to have other relationships. So this is no different. How many people know, especially if they're not Elvis fans, that Priscilla had kept Colonel Tom Parker with the original 50% agreement that Elvis agreed with Elvis, that Colonel Tom Parker agreed with Elvis in 1955. So you get where I'm going. And this is where we expose the truth. We search for the truth. We defend Elvis, and we're trying to get it out there, what really happened. Anyway, guys, please subscribe. Really important. If you want to be a member, please hit the member button, because I'm trying to build up the membership. It's only £1 a month. It's nothing. And you can cancel at any time, and it just makes me feel good. It gives me a pat on the back and shows me you like what we're doing on this channel, and it helps the channel grow. Right. Hi, Sue. Yeah. Sue, I tell you, So Sue has just said, this is the first time I've heard about this, and before this channel, I didn't know all about the affairs. Thanks, Sue. And that's why we're here, isn't it? Because we are getting to the truth. We are getting to the truth. Elvis has been very unfairly, badly portrayed, and his image and his legacy has been seriously damaged because there's too many lies going out there all about the world. And unfortunately, a lot of the lies, I'm going to show you the book, stem from this book. This book was written from the point of view of Priscilla Presley and is not history. It is not truth. It is Priscilla's version. It is an alternate reality to what really happened. And I will say this, that this book, in my opinion, is nearer to the truth, nearer to the truth. There is a whole nother side to Priscilla that many people don't know about. And unfortunately, the world has been tricked into thinking into believing all of the negative things about Elvis, whether it comes to him being a pedophile or a groomer or controlling or having a bad temper. The world has been lied to by many people. And unfortunately, in my opinion, a big one of these people was Priscilla Presley. And I don't hate Priscilla Presley. I want the truth out there. We want the truth out there, and together we're going to get to that truth. Right, let's have a look. So Parker's deal never materialized. Well, as we read through this, Nadia, we're going to get more into it. Yeah, multi. And this is what drives, multi says they wouldn't know. You're right. This is the problem. That generally, if I spoke to my a relation or a family member, and I said to them, what do you think of Elvis? Do you know what they'll say to me? They'll say, he's a pedophile, he's fat, he's a drug addict, he was abusive, and that he raped Priscilla, and that he was just shagging every girl on the planet that he could. That isn't Elvis Presley. That is a twisted version of Elvis. It is so untrue. And the only way you learn the truth is if you break down each year of his life and understand Elvis before getting married, Elvis through the movie years, Elvis through his marriage, which was very short, by the way, and then Priscilla's behavior. And then once Elvis decided that he was single, understanding through the 70s why Elvis had different girlfriends. And then you have to also understand all the good that Elvis did for charity and the people that he helped, and the fact that he was a very good Christian. When you start to understand the true Elvis, everything we're told about Elvis is a lie, And the reason I'm bringing it up now is because this is part of it. This is all part of things were going on behind Elvis's back. I know at this point he's dead, but poor Elvis, but things have been going on behind Elvis's back that Elvis has no control over. And Priscilla was part of the problem. Right. Let me just quickly read some of your messages. Eileen, it's very crafty. Now, it's our opinions. We can't prove this, can we? This proves it to a certain extent. This is the first time. Right, okay. Let's have a look. My dad didn't know anything about Priscilla cheating, and he had been an Elvis fan for years. I told him about it, and he always thought it was just Elvis. Yes, Kat. Hi, Kat, because you've been messaging me recently. Kat, I think you're quite a new person on our channel, so you're very welcome, Kat. Guys, say hello to Kat. She's quite new to our channel, I think. And it's funny, Kat, that you spoke about this with your dad. I've had this situation where I'm speaking to friends and family. I'm trying to defend Elvis, and they don't believe me. So, Philomena. Right, me and Philomena have been chatting a lot. She has been messaging me on my my diet channel. So I'm just saying to you that Philomena, it obviously a member as well. Hi, my heart aches for Lisa Marie treatment. Her mother did not look after her emotions. She lost her dad. I've never heard her speak about Lisa's trauma. So true. So true. Right, so we got Matt. I also watched Rhonda and Shauna's vids. Learned a lot. Yeah, multi. I love Rhonda, Presley Mania. I love Shauna's videos as well. They're both amazing. They're both brilliant. If our channel can get as big as their channels, I'm happy. That's all I want. Louis, don't you think that all the Memphis Mafia were two-faced? You're going to Eileen, you're going to take me on a tangent. Now, let me just quickly show you something. I'm going to go off subject very quickly because of Eileen's comment. Let's have a look. Now, Eileen, you don't know this, but it's like you read my mind. I have been researching the Memphis Mafia, and I got a clip.
I usually take.
Now, Eileen, I've been researching Memphis Mafia for the last 3 days because I want to start doing videos about them, and I just got this little clip about how they talk about his drug taking. Let's have it, and then we'll go back to subject. Yeah.
You know, stuff to go to sleep and stuff to wake up and blah, blah. He said, and I figured since you're a pharmacist, you probably have some things here at home. And he said, you know, I really can't help you.
Let me go forward a bit.
Thank you.
Movie. And he was, you know, and plus we're into the pills and the things like that. And he was taking quite a bit. And like I said, he was riding across the range with a loaf of bread, and he'd still riding it. He'd eat a piece of bread and keep going. And he gained a lot of weight.
At this time,
So see that? Look, just in that 10 words, he says Elvis is taking a lot of pills. He's riding around with a loaf of bread, eating it, and that he gained a lot of weight. Now, this is why I'm so upset with the Memphis Mafia. Every time they speak, they ridicule Elvis. And that was 10 seconds, guys. And I have been watching the Memphis Mafia's interviews. And this is a very long one. This is 5 hours long. And I'm telling you guys, they do say some positive things about Elvis, but there is a lot of, is the word innuendos? There is a lot of them saying almost half-truths that make Elvis look stupid, make Elvis look like a druggie, make Elvis look fat. Now, why couldn't they have said in that Elvis was taking prescribed medication because he was really unwell? They don't do that. They say Elvis was taking a lot of pills. He was riding around with a loaf of bread. Ha ha. You know? We'll play a little bit more.
And all, it hit his head. I stayed in the room with him for about 2. It took about 2 weeks. Give him a chance. He was losing weight, and I don't know that was the exact time. But the thing of it was, Elvis very seldom ever talked about his business at all. I mean, that was something between him.
Is because of the wedding. He was supposed to have gotten married before. And one of the other reasons that.
Right, so he's going to talk about the wedding briefly. We are going to go back to the topic, mind. I just play one more clip.
Fell is because of the wedding. He was supposed to have gotten married before May. It was originally supposed to be in December. And then they said April. And he was trying to wiggle. And and his way of wiggling is to put it off and put it off and put it off.
Elvis marries Priscilla in May.
I like that comment because he's basically saying that Elvis was trying to get out of the wedding, I think. He was trying to delay the wedding. Anyway, I don't want to go off subject. But Nadia, right, okay. Right. Now, I want to get to that thing because I don't want to go off subject about what we've been talking about, you know, with Mr. Toole. But I want to comment. But Teresa, you're right. They were not friends. I personally think the Memphis Mafia seriously double-crossed Elvis, except for Charlie Hodge, except for Billy Smith, except for Larry Geller. I think they all double-crossed him. They betrayed him. But anyway, I just want you, Nadia, to your comment. Look, I'll give you an example. I had my gallbladder removed. Yeah, this was a few years ago. And I took Tramadol. Any of you guys heard of Tramadol? Now, when I took those Tramadol, I felt great. I liked the pills. They got rid of my pain. They reduced inflammation. And I was floating. It was like I was floating. I liked the pills. Yeah. Now that doesn't make me a druggie. It does not make me a druggie. Now this is my reply to Nadia's comment, and that is, yeah, he probably did like the pills, because when you take uppers and downers and sedatives, it feels good. Painkillers make you feel good. That doesn't make him a druggie. The reason Elvis was taking prescribed medication, because he was bloody unwell. He was seriously ill. He had dozens of medical conditions. And just read the book, Destined to Die Young. Go onto my friend's YouTube page. I'll play another clip for you. I'm very passionate about this, Nadia, because I just don't think it's fair to Elvis that because he enjoyed it, to get the impression that he was a druggie, because he was not. Right. It's okay to enjoy pills because they do feel good. Right, here we go.
Toll on his body and mind, leading him to use stimulants, especially during his Las Vegas residencies. The grueling schedule took a toll on his body and mind, leading him to use stimulants to maintain his high energy performances and sedatives to rest afterward. As Elvis's health declined, so did his ability to perform. By the mid-1970s, his once vibrant stage presence was overshadowed by his evident physical and mental exhaustion. Despite these challenges,
Right. So that's my reply to you, Nadia. And I do like Nadia saying things to get a reaction from me. I like it, Nadia. But Elvis, remember this. Yes, Elvis liked it because he needed it. Elvis needed stimulation. He needed painkillers. He needed something to help his constipation. He had a twisted colon. Elvis didn't know what was wrong with him. He didn't know about the alpha-1 gene that he'd inherited from his mum and his grandparents. Elvis didn't know what was going on. Every part of his body was breaking down. He even had arthritis. He was in serious pain, his whole body. He had bone cancer. Yeah. So yeah, Elvis was popping those pills like there was no tomorrow because he was trying to get rid of all the pain and the discomfort. He had unbearable pain. He could not go to the toilet. So yeah, he liked his pills. I tell you now, one more thing for you, Nadia. Nadia, you know I love you. But I tell you now, if I couldn't go to the toilet and all of my joints were aching and I had a severe headache and my stomach was in pain, thank you very much. Give me some pills. Yes, please. I will eat the lot. Anything to get rid of how desperate I felt, how much pain I was in, how much discomfort I was in. And you know what? If those pills make me feel like I'm floating and put a smile on my face, yeah, I like them. You get what I'm going. You get what I'm saying to you. Now, many of you are over 50, 60, 70, and 80, and many of you will be on medication. And yes, it feels good. It's okay. It's okay to feel good when you're being medicated because you're in pain. You're very unwell. You may have heart problems. You may have liver problems. You may have digestive problems. You may have Crohn's or IBS or colitis. Yeah. You may have high blood pressure. You may have high blood sugar. You may be type 2 diabetic. Now, you're taking pills to make yourself feel better, and the pills make you feel good. It doesn't mean you're a drug addict. It does not mean you are a drug addict. Yes, Blue Bunny, Jill, and many of you have been very kind to me and shared your medical problems with me on personal messages, and many of you are in pain, and even Philomena expressed how she feels, and I thank you, Philomena. I thank you so much for letting me know, because it means a lot to me. And right, my wife's trying to ring. 1 second. Right, hi, beautiful wife. I'm just doing a live. I'm live now. You all right?
Oh yeah, it was going into break time. But
yeah.
I will freeze or anything, but don't worry. Actually, please say I'll give her this feeling.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Right. Say hello to the Elvis fans.
Hello, Elvis fans.
My wife is my I nearly said Priscilla, but no. No. Right. Is there anything you'd like to ask the Elvis fans?
I don't know. Are they having a lovely day? And yeah, I know it's really rainy here, so unfortunately
no summer for us. But yeah, it's very wet, and Yasmin's going out to play. So I've just found a fleece she can wear.
So my wife is at school. She's a school teacher, and they're all saying hello to you, and they're all saying to you, get well, and sending you love and positive energy.
Thank you.
All right, love you. Bye.
Love you, bye.
They're all saying hello. It's like loads of them saying hello now. Bye then. She's so sweet. Anyway, that's thanks, guys. Anyway, so what was I doing? I was getting all passionate about that it's okay to medicate, to take painkillers. But I will say this to you guys. If you eat the right food and stop eating sugar and bread and pasta and wheat and rice and potato, you'll get better. You'll get better. And it does. My diet reverses type 2 diabetes. My diet reverses type 2 diabetes. It also reverses autoimmune problems with the stomach, with your joints, with dizzy spells, feeling low in energy. It gets rid of all of it very quickly. And I am proof it works. I would never say this to you unless it helped me. The carnivore diet, the keto diet. Please look it up. Right. Thanks, guys. She is beautiful as well. She's very stunning. I'm punching when I'm with her. She's very, very beautiful. Thanks, Eileen. Brilliant. Thanks, Philomena. Right, let's go. Let's keep reading the... let's keep exposing Priscilla. Right, so where are we? Let's get the post up. So, right. So now the judge, he recommends that the court not approve the 50% commission paid to Parker because it was excessive, imprudent, unfair to the estate, and beyond all reasonable bounds of industry standards. And to think that Judge Toole had to specify that all monies due to the estate actually be paid to the estate instead of the colonel. The report went on to say that Parker had been guilty of self-dealing and overreaching and had violated his duty to Elvis and the estate. That says it all, doesn't it, guys? He basically says Elvis was ripped off. That's what this judge says. Nadia, no, burgers are fine. Burgers are fine, but no bread. No bread, no fries, no bread, no fries. But minced meat is, if it's real minced meat, is very good for you. It's full of all the lovely fatty acids and nutrients and vitamins. So no, you're wrong. Like you can make yourself a lovely bolognese. If you're using nice, fresh, fatty minced meat, it's very good for you. There's a lot of things you can do with minced meat, a lot of things. But yes, fries, no way. No potato, no bread. I'm training you up, Nadia. Right, so you get it, guys? So the judge has heavily criticised the deal that Elvis had with Colonel Tom Parker, saying it was completely unfair. So Judge Toole was not done. He criticised the executors for giving Parker full reign. So here we go. Now, that's quite a crucial point. So when Vernon dies, there is a group of executors on a panel that allowed Colonel Tom Parker to carry on running everything, the business side of things. And the judge criticizes that. It's very unfair and a complete rip-off. Nadia, all breads, white, brown, with grains, with seeds, you name it, it's all bad for you. The only one that is a little bit acceptable, a little bit, is sourdough bread. Sourdough, a little bit. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, so Nicolette, hi Nicolette. The worst thing is that the guy laughed about Elvis Presley's weight gain. They ridiculed his illness. Very cruel. Yeah. I'm not happy with the Memphis Mafia. So, hi, Kathy. You okay? Did you say you lost 30 pounds? Is that what you said? Let's have a look. 30. Let's have a look. Right, so we are. So, but Toole was not done. He criticised the executors for giving full reign. He claimed that the documents supposedly detailing where the money went were unsatisfactory, and he strongly suggested that Parker be fully investigated to discover the net worth, his past income tax returns, and also the estate get a full audit from RCA detailing all the money they paid out and specifying where it went. And Toole asked for the same audits to be provided for everyone that Parker did business with: movie studios, concert promoters, merchandisers. The concern being that obviously that Parker had made barrels of money from all the insider dealing that he was doing with these people. Now remember, this audit that is requested by Toole, this is why he's a hero, that got rid of Colonel Tom Parker, was saying that he was even doing deals with RCA Records and the concert promoters and the merchandisers. So Colonel Tom Parker was getting backhanders even after Elvis died, right? And Colonel Tom Parker was making deals on behalf of Elvis's legacy and getting backhanders, and Priscilla allowed it. Priscilla allowed it. And I am very interested to know what really actually went on when she first took the helm of on behalf of Lisa Marie as trustee, and what serious money stuff was agreed between Colonel Tom Parker and Priscilla. In my opinion, I can't prove nothing, but it says a lot, guys. It says a lot. There he is, the man himself. And he lived out his days in Vegas gambling, didn't he? And in the end, they did settle with him with $2 million to get him gone. So that guy he should be a hero. But I'll read a bit more of it because it's very interesting. Najee, he probably did. Shannon, I think he did get in trouble. And I think Toole, so Mr. Toole, forced the executors of the estate, the trustees, they weren't the trustees, but they were making big decisions of the future of Gracelands. And in the end, I'll read it out to you now. He made them sue Colonel Tom Parker. He made them do it. And then I think this became an argument and they settled. Yeah. So big time. I think, Nadia, I think Colonel Tom Parker owed Elvis millions and millions. He completely ripped off Elvis. I agree with Teresa. I do really believe that Priscilla, unfortunately, puts money first before everything. And that's just my opinion, guys. I'm not a Priscilla hater, but I have strong opinions. Let's have a look. Okay, so there's a lot to the Presley-Parker arrangement. I can't get into it here. Parker's methods were unorthodox, to say the least. Toole was put off when the estate did not immediately thank him for finding and banish the colonel. Toole felt that the estate executives and attorneys were afraid of Colonel Parker. He was stunned at the hold Parker seemed to have over the very people he had defrauded out of a fortune up to 7 to 8 million in the last 3 years alone. Now remember, this is 1978, 89, 78, 79. In Toole's opinion, now this is crucial, in Toole's opinion, Parker was trying his best to bleed Elvis in the 1970s before the singer inevitably passed away. Toole even went so far as to implicate the RCA. Toole charged the colonel of the King's Record Company was in collusion and conspiracy and fraud and misrepresentation and bad faith of overreaching. He claimed that RCA paid off the Colonel to keep Elvis in line with the recording the way they wanted him to, thus cheating the most popular American folk hero of the century. So you get that, guys. Even RCA, in my opinion, in this opinion, was part of the rip-off with Elvis. Elvis must be turning in his grave, guys. Yeah, Eileen, they did. Yeah, Nadia. There's a few others on here that are on this diet. Philomena, there's a few others on this diet. And Philomena, you've explained your condition to me. I'm telling you, it will help you. It will help you. Yeah. The number one thing is stop the sugar, the bread, the pasta, the potato. Lower your carbs. Lower your fruit. Eat much more meat, eggs, and fish, and have fatty meat. No vegetable oil, no margarine. Butter is good. Cheese is good. Nuts are okay in small amounts. A tiny bit of honey is okay. But the majority of your intake of food is fatty meat. You know, lovely ribeye steaks. Minced meat is excellent. Chicken with skin on. Pork with skin on. Lamb with skin on. The best meats that are good for you are red meat. So lamb and steak. Beef. You won't regret it. I know your circumstances. It'll boost your energy and you'll feel much better. It does take, for your energy to kick in, does take 4 or 5 days for your energy to kick in. And there is a transition, Philomena. For the first month, there is a transition as your body changes from relying on sugar to relying on fatty meat. There is a change, but it passes. Let's have a look. Yeah, Sue. Yeah, even RCA were involved in it, Sue. Yeah, all the olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, they're all good for you. They're all good. Keep it all natural, guys. Keep it all natural. Anything in a box or in a tin, in a tube, anything ultra processed, don't touch it. Go as natural as you can get. Omelets are amazing. Eggs are amazing. Salt is really good for you. I know that we're told it's not, but salt is good for you guys. There's nothing wrong with eating cholesterol. There is nothing wrong with eating cholesterol. Do not believe the lies. Right, but you can, Philomena, look up the doctors. Dr. Ken Berry, Dr. Anthony Chaffee, Dr. Sean Baker. They're all on YouTube and they are amazing. They will explain everything to you and exactly why this diet helps you get better. And it's especially good for older people. And in some cases, can even put cancer into remission or at least stop the growth. It can. There's hundreds of success stories of people that use their diet to put their cancers into remission. So I'm not a doctor. I'm just going by what I've learned and what I've watched from doctors. Right. Anyway, I keep going off subject. Type in my name. There's only one of you. I'm confused. Don't, Philomena, come on. I love spreading good news that helps people, and you would do the same for me. Right. Let's have a look. And if you look at my diet channel, there's a lot of people that I've helped just because I want to help, and they're all messaging me, thanking me because it's transformed their lives and they've got their energy back, their health back. Quite a few Elvis people are on there now, and I'm not trying to say it to get all big-headed and I'm great. I'm just saying that they got no reason to lie to me. Even Nadia has said to me that she feels like her energy levels are up and that she feels better. Right. But there's other people. James will tell you, but he's not on at the moment. And there's a few others. I think it's Carolyn and Kathy. There's a few. Right. Okay. You're the only one on the planet with my name. Nadia. Right. Let's just get through to this. Okay, so yeah. Even RCA were ripping off Elvis and were in bed with Colonel Tom Parker. Come on. Toole also made an assertion that they may be difficult for Elvis scholars like myself to accept. Elvis was naive, shy, and unassertive. Parker was aggressive, shrewd, and tough. His strong personality dominated Elvis and his father and all others in Elvis's entourage. I say this is difficult to accept. That it is not to say that it is not accurate. While there is much more to say about the story of Elvis being passive about business, it is not all there is to it. Toole basically corrects Elvis cared nothing about business, perhaps to his and his estate's desire. Yeah, Elvis wasn't a business person. So Toole delivered his report to the courts in August 1981, and the boom was lowered. The presiding judge, Evans, ordered the estate to cease all payments to Colonel Tom Parker. Yes! Woohoo! The judge even required the estate to file suit against Parker. Here we go, guys. The judge even required the estate, so he required it, to file suit against Colonel Tom Parker. This is the victory. And ordered an investigation into RCA's dealings with Elvis. Come on. He orders an investigation into RCA's dealing with Elvis. This is like another punch in the air. Judge Evans went so far to order the estate not to enter into business with Parker without court approval. Come on. This is so good. And then the compensation received by Colonel Tom Parker is excessive and shocks the conscience of the court. My God. First time I've read this. The compensation, meaning how much Colonel Tom Parker was paid, was excessive and shocks the court's conscience. Come on, guys. Strong words. So in the end, the estate did not seek to enter into a prolonged and costly legal battle with Parker, and unbelievably, the estate was on the brink of bankruptcy in 1982, and in order to extricate themselves from their business dealings with Parker, the estate executors and Parker reached an out-of-court settlement of $2.25 million, and this relinquishes all claims to the Presley name and image and for massive store of Elvis's merchandise he had built up in the warehouse over the years. Did Colonel Parker feel any remorse among his collection? Was a beloved toy of Lisa Marie. So Colonel Tom Parker had built up a load of Elvis's belongings, including Lisa Marie's childhood toys. He was Colonel Tom. This is the first time I've heard of this, guys. He was planning on opening his own museum. Colonel Tom Parker was planning on opening his own museum at his home. At his home. So does that mean at Gracelands? Or yeah. Okay. Well, that's interesting. So Colonel Tom Parker was thinking of opening Gracelands as a living museum. Well, that's interesting, because that debunks the thing that it was Priscilla's idea, doesn't it? If this is true, it means it wasn't Priscilla's idea to do a living museum. Many of you say that it was Vernon's idea. So this threat enabled him to ask for top dollar for his archives, which the estate bought to display at Graceland. So Colonel Tom Parker had loads of Elvis's belongings, loads, and he sold them to the estate. So Graceland bought all of these items from Colonel Tom Parker. It's just so greedy, unbelievable. So then it talks about Blancard Toole, who is our hero in this video that Teresa asked about. Blancard Toole went back to practicing law in Memphis. That's it, guys. That's it. I'll read this last bit. Blancard Toole went back to practicing law in Memphis. He can still be found there today. And Toole Graves, P.S. Both his partners are women. He was recently included in the Mid-South Super Lawyers list, which names about 5% of Tennessee's, Arkansas, Mississippi attorneys each year. The super lawyer thing is appropriate. I say Blanchard Toole doesn't get enough love in the Elvis world, but he is a hero. He is a hero. Guys, well, we've been on for nearly 2 hours. So let's see a picture of him. Give him a round of applause. Shh. Blancard Toole, our hero. This man deserves a medal. He is the reason Colonel Tom Parker was ripped away from grabbing all of Elvis's money, even after he died, and from getting him investigated. So, well done, Mr. Toole. You're a hero. Rest in peace. I think he's dead. So I believe, read it again, please. I think they meant Colonel at. All right, I don't know. It could be. I'm not sure, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Read it again, please. Do you what you mean? Oh, you mean the bit? Let's have a look. Where are we? So you can easily find this link, Nadia. It's not hard. Actually, Nadia, I'll forward it you. I'm going to send this to Nadia because I'm not reading anymore. Nadia, you know I hate reading. You know I hate reading, and you're asking me to read more. Right, I've sent it you. So, guys, I think, do you know what? I'm surprised how good this is. I was not expecting it to be this good. I'm on about learning about the fact that Priscilla, well, firstly Vernon, then Priscilla wanted Colonel Tom Parker to stay on board. Now, why did Priscilla want to keep Colonel Tom Parker? Come on. Doesn't that worry all of us? That Priscilla Presley, the person who really has spent her life, I think, harming Elvis's legacy and image. I know that she also says good things. We all know about the way she drones on and tells the same old story over and over again, like she's his poor widow, and that she still loves Elvis, and Elvis is the love of her life. We all know that. Boring. It's so boring. But the truth is, she wanted Colonel Tom Parker to carry on being 50% of the profits of Graceland. Now, the only thing that makes any sense to me, that the reason she wanted to keep him on, is because they were in bed together money-wise. And that is just my opinion. And unfortunately, a lot of the things we discuss on this lovely channel is opinions and not facts, because we can't prove it. But I love it. Well, I know that Jill, I know that Vernon, really trusted Colonel Tom Parker, but he was out of his depth. That's why he went along with it. And once Elvis died, he was a bit lost. He was worried about losing everything. And he felt that Colonel Tom Parker was very shrewd and was going to save Graceland from being taken off him. That's what I believe. Yeah, but I think he's passed away. I don't know, Nadia. Yeah, I'm getting good at reading. Oh, I don't know about that. Tell my school teacher, Mr. Potts, that. I had a school teacher called Mr. Potts, and he always used to say to me, "You can do this. You can do this." Mr. Potts. I don't know Anita Wood's book. Let's have a look. Should we just Google it? Anita Wood's book. No, I do like Anita Wood. She's lovely. She's the one that got away, yeah? Let's have a look. A lot of you feel that he should have married her. She was beautiful. She had her own career, didn't she? Book. Let's have a look. Was that it? Anita. All right, here we go. I think that's it. Once Upon a Time, Elvis and Anita. Does that sound right to you guys? Once Upon a Time, Elvis and Anita. She's lovely. I've got a lot of praise for Anita. She's lovely. I really like June Junico as well. These are some of my favorites. I really like Linda Thompson as well, but I know some of you have got strong opinions about Linda, but I just really like her. Nadia, yeah. I think it was all about this. It was verbal agreements. That's okay, Eileen. We've had a brilliant time, haven't we? This is one of my favorite live streams. This is. Now, I just want to warn you guys, I am going to do a phone live. Yeah. And the reason I do a phone live is because it gets about over 10,000 views and at least 100 subscribers every time I do it. And a lot of trolls will come on and say horrible things. But I don't care because it's boosting the channel. It's getting the subscribers in that we need. It's spreading the channel further afield. Now, the only way that we are going to make a difference defending Elvis's memory, defending Elvis, searching for the truth together on our little family that we've created here is by finding any way to share this channel. I think these phone lives are going to help do it because you look at let's just look at the content, right? So I started doing them 3 days ago by accident when I was walking the dogs. And I could not believe the amount of people that joined it. And let me just show you. So I did the first one, actually, 2 days ago, and it had 8,500 views and 100 subscribers. Then I did the second one on the same day, and it had 17,000 views and another 100 subscribers. And then we did another one, had 12,000 views, about 70 subscribers. And then we did another one. There's two more that had 19,000 views and about 50 odd subscribers. And then we did another one yesterday that had 14,000 views and nearly 100 subscribers. So we're going to do this, guys. We're going to do it's one I just hold it. Now, I just want you to know that I am repeating the same stuff over and over again. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm just promoting our channel. I'm saying, this is what we're doing. We're defending Elvis. We're searching for the truth together on our channel. And then I just keep saying the same stuff. So I talk about drugs. I talk about unfaithfulness. I talk a lot about Priscilla. I talk about, just basically the divorce settlements, Steve Peck, the guy she was unfaithful with, Mike Stone. I keep repeating it over and over again because I'm trying to get people to go, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know that. And then start listening. And then I keep saying every sort of 10 minutes, please subscribe, please subscribe, please subscribe, because we're trying to get them subscribing so we can broaden this channel. Yeah, well, maybe, but I mean, it depends how long I stay on for. I tend to have to do nearly an hour before I get the big views. I do think we could hit 20,000 views. Now, I don't know if every time I do this, we're going to get these massive views because I've done it once. Count it. I've done it 1, 2, 3, for 5 times. Is that right? Yes, 5 times, and every time we've had big views, but that might change. YouTube's funny. You do something, you get a massive amount of views, then you do it the next day, you get almost no views. Even subscriber-wise, we're on 23,609. Now, when I started doing the phone lives, we were only on 23,100, I think. So we have had 500 more subscribers. 500. So I have to do it, guys. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much more we can do, is there? Because don't forget, if I don't do these lives, we're only getting about 10 subscribers a day. And our videos that we're doing together, which I love, are only getting around between 300 and 1,000 views per video, which is fine with me. But I personally think the channel needs to grow more than that. So this may help. I don't know. But obviously, when I'm doing these live streams, like what we're doing now, it's very much one-to-one. We're talking. I'm replying to comments. We all know each other. Now, when we do the phone lives, I'm not really replying to comments. We're not talking. It's just me waffling, me going, Elvis, 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 defend Elvis, defend Elvis, defend Elvis. I'm repeating myself like a parrot, but it's to get the subscribers in. So it's a very different live. So please don't let it bother you. Ignore the trolls. There will be trolls, guys. So anyway, I'm going to end this now because we've been on for ages, and I'm going to go on. I'm going to do a phone live. So you're going to have to watch me all over again, guys. So please subscribe. Please hit the notification bell. Please join the channel. It's only £1 a month. You can cancel it at any point. It shows me you like what I'm doing. It gives me a pat on the back. But don't worry if you don't want to join. It doesn't matter. I still love you. I still love my subscribers. And thanks, guys. We've had a brilliant live, haven't we? And I've got to warm up my coffee again. I can finish my bit of tea. So Naja says, mention the fact that Elvis is a style icon and was extravagant, and the woman by his side had to match his style, and she loved it. Oh, is that all, Naja? Naja, I don't know if you know, but when I got this thing pointed to me and I'm on the spot and there's 400 people watching, up to 15,000 people viewing, I'm under pressure. I don't even know what to say. I just say the first thing that comes to my mind, and it's not easy. I'm like, my God, what am I going to say next? What am I going to say next? That's how I feel. So I don't know what I'm going to say. Yeah, Jill. Yeah, watch it. Jill, I know that you join in, Jill. Thanks, Kathy. All right, Naja, you don't mind them. No, you're okay with them. Thank you, Jane. I will. I'll do one in a minute. I'll probably have a coffee first, but I am going to come back on and do another live probably in about an hour and a half, because I haven't done my other topic. I want to do a Memphis Mafia live stream with us. Yeah. Bye, everyone. We had a blast. We had a right good time. And wasn't it sweet that we got my wife to say hello to you? I love that. Love it. I'm going to go and warm my coffee up, put some more butter in it, and make it nice. So, Philomena, thank you. Jane, Jill. So, Jill, put your name on your blue bunny. It confuses me. Kathy, Multi, thanks for joining us. Eileen, Naja, you know I love you. Me and Naja are mates. So let's have a look. And any of you waking up later, because I know a lot of you are in America and you're all asleep, but as you wake up, good morning from the UK. And I love all of you from all around the world. So Australia and London and wherever you are in the world. Have a great day. I love you. And Philomena, Feel free to message me anytime you want. And if any of you want me to message you to let you know when I go live, please just add me on Facebook. Just add me on Facebook. It's Louis Macready's. Let me type it in. And then I can message you. And the Elvis channel is called Louis World of Elvis. I don't mind messaging you guys to remind you. Let's have a look. So Philomena, let's have a look. I just want to say thanks, Multi, for joining us, mate. You're very welcome. And then there was a few others, wasn't there? Obviously, Kathy's here, Nicolette's here, and Jane. Let's have a look. There was a new person, wasn't there? Sue, Eileen. What was the new person? Oh yeah, Kat. Kat is our new person. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. Right, so I think I've covered everyone. Teresa, thanks for all your lovely comments. And actually, Teresa, it's because of you that we picked that subject today. So thank you, Teresa. You are the star of the day. And obviously, Jane, a lot of you might have gone back to sleep. A lot of you are, it's the middle of the night and you just want to go to sleep. That's it, guys. We're out of here. Take care.